Little People, Big Dreams, Amelia Earhart, written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vegara, illustrated by Maria Diamantes. When Amelia was a little girl, she liked to imagine she could stretch her wings and fly like a bird. When she was older, she went to an air show. The plane soared into the sky, leaving Amelia on the ground. She wished she could go with them and see what they saw. She got a ride in an aeroplane and liked it so much she didn't want to ever come down. So Amelia learnt to fly. After months of practicing, she became the first woman to fly up to 14,000 feet. With a mechanic and a pilot, she was also the first woman to try and fly over the enormous Atlantic Ocean. As they set off, she waved at whales far beneath her. After many hours, they reached land. The world looked small, so small. The houses and cars were like toys. Even though Amelia wasn't flying the plane, when they landed, she became famous. People around the world were inspired by her story. Amelia thought every girl deserved to fly, so she founded a club with 98 other fearless pilots. A little later, she flew across the Atlantic all by herself. As her 40th birthday approached, Amelia decided she wanted one final challenge: to fly around the world. A brave navigator went with her. They flew for thousands of miles over oceans and jungles, and over the savannah where giraffes turned their heads in their trail. Some people said the journey was crazy. But Amelia wasn't afraid of living 1,000 adventures, so she flew on like a bird, further than anyone had gone before, never to return. Because Amelia always followed her own advice. If you want to do something, do it. You never know how far you could get. Amelia Earhart was the most famous female pilot of the 20th century. She first became interested in planes after seeing an air show when she was nearly 20 years old. A little later, pilot Frank Hawks gave her a ride in a biplane. From that moment on, she said, "I knew I had to fly." Amelia took lessons and bought her first plane 6 months later. She used it to set a new woman's record by flying up to 14,000 feet. She was the first woman to fly over the Atlantic, first with a mechanic and a pilot, and later by herself. In 1929, Amelia was the first president of the 99s, an organisation that supported female pilots. In 1935, she became the first person to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean. But Amelia was always keen for a new challenge. In 1937, she decided to try and fly around the world, a total of 29,000 miles. On July 2nd, she was trying to reach Howland Island in the mid-Pacific when she reported that their gas was running low. Soon after, all communications from the plane stopped. There was a massive rescue attempt, but Amelia and her plane had vanished. In 1938, a lighthouse was built on Howland Island in her memory, and today her bravery is celebrated all around the world.